Thank you for clicking on to our Conquer Termites inspection video. Over the next few minutes, you're going to gain insight into how Conquer Termite inspectors do a thorough and professional inspection of your home. Where we look, what we look for, what equipment we use, and how all that information is put together in a reliable and unrivaled report so you know the outcomes and what you should do. We are guided by the Australian standards and what our insurer talks about that we should write in the report and how we should conduct an inspection, but we see that just as a minimum, not the benchmark. Here at Conquer Termites we take a lot of pride in the inspections and the thoroughness and the professionalism. We want you to have the best outcome, the best information and the best advice. It only comes from our company, Conquer Termites.
Hi Daphne, Dan from Conquer Termites, how are you?
Good, thanks Dan, good to see you.
Thank you. So here to do your termite inspection today. Now, are there any areas you have any concerns with?
Yes, actually I've spoken to Rowan. There's a couple of areas in the garden we wouldn't mind you checking.
In all gardens along the southeast coast of Queensland, you will find foraging termites. They say, on average, at any time there are up to half a dozen termite colonies foraging in your garden. If we look long and hard enough, we'll find some evidence of live termites in your yard. This is why we start our inspection by checking the garden and fence line. We're looking for evidence in tree stumps, piles of loose timbers, retaining walls and mature trees. We are also looking for conducive conditions like a leaking tap, leaking stormwater downpipes and under any timber on the ground. Termites operate in a subterranean environment, building their tunnels only half a foot under the ground. They branch out in all directions from their nest in search of their favourite food, cellulose material, timber. The worker termites take a bite of the timber with their powerful jaws and digest the timber in their gut as they walk back to the nest, converting it to a palatable sugar to feed the colony. Termites are one of the few insects that work 24/7. They are continuously sourcing moisture and finding timber to eat. Understand that the main focus of the inspection is the house. It is the largest amount of timber available, making it the jackpot for all the termite colonies nearby. This is where we focus most of our efforts during the inspection. Our technicians will usually start with a walk around the external perimeter, checking for any telltale signs of termite activity. The inspectors look for weep holes too close to the ground or partially covered by concrete paths or pavers where termites can easily build a mud lead out of the ground and up into the house. One aspect our inspectors look for is if there are any structural timbers in contact with the ground. Another important condition our inspectors search for is high levels of moisture near the house. This offers termites an ideal environment to forage and fuel up to help them with their attack on your home. Once we've completed checking the garden and external perimeter, we move inside. We normally start at the front door and work our way around all the rooms, checking all the exposed timbers, skirting boards, door frames, window jambs, and any other exposed timber. This is initially carried out by tapping against the exposed timber with a sounding stick. What Dan is doing here is checking along this window frame, trying to pick up a hollow sound. To somebody as highly experienced as Dan, the sound is easily recognisable. This hollow sound can indicate termites. When termites gain concealed entry into your home, they normally start to harvest the most edible timber first. This is usually the external trim timbers made from pine, a softwood. Termites always want to operate in a concealed environment that offers them security and a moist and warm atmosphere. They'll nibble to the outer edge of the timber, stripping it right up to the paint. Some homeowners are disappointed to see an inspector check their home with a golf stick. But to an experienced inspector, this is the most important step. They are not just checking for the hollow sound, they are also using their most important instrument, their eyes. They are checking for any anomaly in colour, texture, shape, and even smell.
So, in addition to using the sounding method on the timbers within your home,
A termite inspection requires that we use electronic devices such as these. The first one we use is a moisture meter. Now, a moisture meter is useful because termites bring their own moisture when they enter a house, but also it's useful because a shower may be leaking or a bath may be leaking, and so termites will be attracted to those areas. The thermal imaging camera we use detects the surface temperature of the wall using infrared technology. And if you have a look at the window over here, we have a large heat signature from the window, and we also have cooler heat signatures from the studs which are in the wall there. Now, when termites infest a house, we see cooler sections where they are, but if they are nesting inside your home, then we see a large hot spot. So just to demonstrate just how powerful this machine is, I will put my hand against the wall like this, just for a couple of seconds, and we can see here my handprint on the wall there. So using these electronic devices helps us to do a thorough termite inspection, gives us the peace of mind and confidence that we have done the best inspection we can at your home.
One more device that's particularly useful for termite inspections is the Termite. The Termite is a handheld radar device. Now, what it does is fires out microwaves into the wall and then reads the reflectance. So we can actually detect movement inside the wall. And then the machine again then relays that information to the app so we can see it. So let's just set it up here against the wall and give it a test. Just a quick simulation of how the Termite works. I'm going to simulate movement in the wall with a tapper stick on the far side, and it just shows you how sensitive this piece of equipment is. So we just pass that along behind the far side of the wall, and you'll see that the Termite is picking up that activity and then transferring the information to the app so that we can identify termite activity within the wall and then investigate and deal with it.
Now, a vital part of a quality termite inspection is for the inspector to check out all the exposed timbers up in the ceiling. There's lots of timber up there, and it's very important we get up there through the manhole and check that out. As you can see, there's lots of timber up here, and it's important that we check it all out. During a roof inspection through Conquer Termites, it's important that we get to all areas of the roof. We certainly concentrate on particular areas which are common for termite activity. Areas such as where the top plate touches the gyprock, commonly you'll find mud going through there or termite workings. Also, along the external walls, where the trusses touch the external walls, mud across there too. But it's important not to be too specific about an area, never lose the scope of the full picture.
I'm just about to enter the subfloor area. It's very important that we go into these areas due to the conducive conditions. We have plenty of moisture, soil, we often find loose timbers lying on the ground, and most importantly, people don't go in here quite often enough. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just checking the base of the walls, the engaged piers, the ant capping and the joists, just to make sure there are no termite leads bridging from the ground up into the main structure.
After the inspector has completed the inspection, we normally like to sit down with the homeowner and talk about the outcomes and our treatment recommendations. Don't worry if you're not able to be there, as we compile a very informative 22-page digital report. Our report is something that clearly distinguishes us from our competitors. It is designed for the homeowner to comprehend, with photos and understandable language to illustrate any point or concern we might have. An important part of the report you will receive is the treatment proposal. We will clearly outline the treatments required for your home and the actions we recommend to ensure it will be safe from a termite attack. Another promise is that you will receive it within 24 hours, if not that day, by email. We hope this short video gives you the information and understanding of what is involved with an inspection conducted by Queensland's leading termite inspection company. It is a thoroughness and professionalism that only comes with the pride of doing a job well.
We hope that this short video has given you the information and the understanding of what is involved in an inspection of your home by one of Brisbane's leading inspection companies. It is thoroughness, and professionalism that only comes with pride of doing a job well. We promise you to do that every time and always. Thank you.